Ian, it's been a great experience. You're bringing us all the way over to Dusseldorf in Germany. This is the hub of Okuma Europe. Now, what a machine this is, the LB3000. But you're going into automation, but in such a different way. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yes, Mark. Well, this is Okuma's step into in-machine automation. So it's quite a unique thing for the machine tool companies around the world at the moment. What Okuma have developed is a robot that's actually inside the machine, an infusion robot in effect. It's capable of not only loading, unloading, but doing several other functions as well inside the machine when it's running.
Well, that's quite interesting actually, because a lot of the automation that we actually see is outside the machine. So I presume you're really maximising the actual robot inside the machine, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, one of the things is the robot itself is capable. It's got 3 end effectors in effect. So it can pick up parts from the stacker that we've got here in front of us at the moment. But once that's done, it's then got the capability of obviously turning the part around inside the job without the doors being open, with no interference from the operator. But then also you've got the facility of, once that's done, rather than just sitting there as a robot would do normally when it's outside of the machine, you can also load it with coolant. So you're basically affecting the chip on the part itself, so it's cutting the chip for you, so you don't get a build-up of chips or a winding of chips around the part. And also then, there's also the capability of putting a steady on the robot. So you're also suppressing any chatter that may come onto the shaft itself. So obviously it's basically making the machine a lot more user-friendly in terms of being able to get inside and do something which obviously a human wouldn't be able to do.
Now, when you look at this ARMROID system, is this something that Okuma have developed, or is it a third-party integration?
No, this is completely developed by Okuma. Obviously, one of the big things that we talk about with Okuma is single source. So everything on the Okuma is Okuma built, Okuma electrics, Okuma drives, Okuma control system. So this is actually designed and built by Okuma. I think it's quite important that the reason we can do this is because of our collision avoidance system that we use on the machine. You don't have masses of programming. You don't have to have a knowledge of robot programming in order to work this robot.
That's quite interesting actually, because I think obviously a lot of automation, a lot of movement actually inside the machine. Obviously there's third-party integrators like Vericut, for instance. A lot of operators are actually using that type of system. It's great, but you've built your own collision avoidance solution, have you?
Yeah, basically once the machine knows the model of the part that's in there, that pre-machined and post-machined, you put the model in, of the tools. Because we are the manufacturer of the machine and we're also we're in control of the control itself, basically the collision avoidance, the robot, you only teach it where it starts and where it finishes. The robot intelligently knows where it can and can't go, and where it can swing the part and where it can't swing the part.
Nice thing about Okuma as well as the footprint is it's obviously a very good sized machine, but what size of part can you go up to maximum?
On this machine itself is 365 millimeters in length, and I think it's 47 millimeters diameter. So it lends itself to what they call high mix, low volume. So basically, you could have one operator operating several of these machines, but also if you want to go to small batch work, very small batch work, the stocker itself actually retracts out the way and allows you to use the machine as a, if you like, conventional CNC machine would be used.
So when you look at the UK market, Ian, where do you think this machine actually fits in? What type of industry sectors?
Yeah, we'd be looking at something like the subcontract market, where general engineering, where there's a high mix but a low volume. So people, you wouldn't necessarily go into full production automation because you just haven't got the amount of parts that you need to do. But somebody may have a run off a batch of 30 parts. This machine's ideal for that. You can get it running. It's very quick to set up, get the machine running. Operator can go off and maybe work another machine or do something else within the factory environment, come back whenever the machine's finished, and then move on to a smaller batch work where he can pull the stocker out of the way, carry on working, or maybe even then on a shift, it can run unmanned on a shift for the evening.
And when you look at the type of material this machine can actually cut, can it actually hold tolerances at with hard materials?
This machine is Okuma's best-selling lathe. Basically, this is the LB3000. This is a true hard turning machine, solid boxways. This isn't a linear way style machine. This is solid boxways. Like I say, Okuma's best machine on the marketplace for lathes.
And finally, are we going to see it in the UK?
We are seeing it in the UK. This is going to be making its debut at MACH in the UK in April. So along with the Malta's the Maltese B that we're going to look at in a minute. So yeah, hopefully in the next 4 months we'll see this machine working in the UK.
Bit of a game changer?
Definitely a game changer, definitely.